Hi everybody, welcome back. John Capelo, Capelo's BBQ, Redwood City, California. Wanted to show you guys how to prep a brisket. First wanted to show you guys what we start with. We start with the whole packer brisket. This means it's got the lean and which is the flat, as well as the fat cap, the decal. They're both on here. We use a Creekstone Farms out of Kansas, and for their Master Chef, which is an all natural product here. So I'm gonna trim it up for you guys, show you how we do it. All right, so we take it out of the package here, kind of flatten it out, see what you're working with a little bit as far as the amount of fat that's on it, where everything is. Try to grab like the loose pieces, see what's going on. Just get rid of these guys. The next thing, what we want to do is trim this brisket. Trim it to about just 1/4 of an inch, a small amount, so you can still have some fat when you slice your brisket. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Just going to remove a little bit here. You don't want to trim too much fat. This is a very high-end brisket. We pay dearly for it. We don't want to get rid of any more than we have to. At the same time, we don't want any burnt pieces. So right here, as far as I was talking about earlier with aerodynamics, you have a fat piece here and it's smooth down to a thinner piece here. So this is probably going to burn. So what we want to do is we want to just square this piece up right here. And then look at how much fat is on this front side here. So we're going to slowly trim that off. Always work your knife away from you, ideally. Sometimes the meat looks kind of gray. You can just very lightly take that off if you like. It doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. Make a huge difference in the flavor, maybe a little bit of the quality, but so this, we're getting into the meat, so I just want to leave this alone. And then if you're not sure how much meat, you can leave a little score, and that will kind of tell you how much until you've got your meat, and the meat's right there, so we don't want to trim any more of that. Same thing here. Feels a little bit of fat, but we're just going to go ahead and leave that. It's not very much. And then just kind of grab to see what lifts up. Anything that lifts up, you might want to just trim that off. Again, just trying to make it smooth. That little score that I put there, just not gonna, you're not even gonna see that. Okay. Turn it over. And we're gonna remove some of this excess fat here. Again, be careful not to remove the meat. And that's about it. You can get a little more into that if you wanted to, but I don't want to over trim it, which is definitely a thing, over trimming. So it looks like a good amount. Fat all the way around. So now it's ready for seasoning. Right here you can see our rub that we're going to use. It's a very robust rub, not like in Texas where it's just salt and pepper. We have, of course, salt and coarse pepper in there, but we also have percolator ground coffee, as well as a bunch of other robust spices that are in there to give it a full, complex rub, more than just salt and pepper. All right, so that's what we got in our shaker here. We're gonna go ahead and start with the bottom side again. Dust it. Unlike the name says, you're not gonna rub this in. What I like to do is just press the spices into the meat. Just push it down like this. That way it adheres, it doesn't go anywhere. You don't want to rub it around. Some people like to put mustard so that it sticks. Brush that in there. Some rub's gonna fall out, it's okay, just give it a little more. Press it in again. And this brisket is ready for the smoker.